Okay, are we on?
Yeah, we're on.
And we're on. Woo!
Yeah, it looks a little different, huh?
Yeah. You can't forget something. This is really, really important for your first
What?
podcast. You got to hold the mic right up to your mouth.
I be telling you guys that.
Okay, well, hold it up to your mouth. Okay. Do you want to tell them who you are?
Yeah, you know who I am, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy behind the camera, the guy that makes sure you guys get the podcast every week. The one, the only
Selton
Thomas.
My soon to be namesake, my soon to be last name. Girls,
Eat.
hefty girls. I am so happy to be back on this couch. We just landed back in LA after a long 2-week travel escapade craziness.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we came home, we had some ramen, and we came straight to the couch to fill you gals in on what's been going down while we've been gone, I guess, right?
I feel like we've done a lot.
So much.
Done a lot.
Should we just take them through from the beginning?
Yeah.
This is the thing too. Last week, so as you guys know, if you're a normal listener, me and my sister are the ones who do this podcast, Gabi. She held down the fort while we were gone and had an episode last week with our friend Macy. And there's a few things that me and Salt need to set straight from that episode. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But if you're new here, come on in, sit down. I'm Emma, the older sister. This is Selton, my fiance.
Yeah.
And he's normally behind the camera. We're in charge of Gabby's cat, and he's meowing a bunch right now. Wolfie, come here. He wants to go into Gabby's room. Should we let him?
Nah, just leave him right there.
I think he's going to keep meowing.
He'll be all right.
It's hard being an aunt and uncle. He was excited to see us. I mean, as much as a cat can be excited.
Yeah.
But our 2-week travel started in New York. Do you want to tell the gals why we were there?
We were there for the Brooklyn Half Marathon. Was that here? But before we even got to New York, like we had like a 6-hour layover or something.
Not layover, a delay.
Or delay?
Yeah. Our travels were not smooth. The freaking plane got, like, the toilets weren't flushing. And, I mean, it is what it is. It just happens with traveling. But it's, like, frustrating when it's, like, not the weather and you can't control it. Or, like, you could have controlled it if they would have checked the toilets earlier, you know? So we didn't get in until, like
5 a.m.
5 a.m. And I, of course, booked a bougie hotel. You gotta get Wolfie.
He'll be all right. But yeah, because even our flight leaving New York, even though I'm kind of skipping ahead a little bit, like that was even like a delay. And the craziest thing about this, if you're in the airport and you see those flight attendants or the desk agents roll the card out, just know like you guys aren't leaving anytime soon when you see that cart roll out.
Oh, the snack cart.
Yeah, like if you see that, you're not leaving anytime soon.
Yeah, and it says on the cart, it's like, sorry for your inconvenience. And they had some like bottled water and snacks for us.
And they gave people a meal voucher, and people went to restaurants trying to use it, and no one accepted it.
Yeah, it didn't work. It was just a very rocky few travel weeks. Gabby actually put this on her story as a poll, and I want to know what your opinion is because I have my opinion. Would you rather have a first class window seat or a main cabin row all to yourself?
You're asking me?
Yeah. Who else am I asking?
Probably first class window seat because that's free drinks and like all the other perks like food and everything.
That's true. I'm not a drinker, so.
Well, like if it's long enough a meal or whatnot.
Yeah. But you can like I guess you could kind of lay down in a first class seat.
I mean, it depends if it's lay down seats or if it's just the normal ones.
My choice would be first class. Ooh, no, this is hard. No. I think I would pick the main cabin full row because I have to have an aisle seat. Like I cannot stand being in a window seat. It makes me feel so anxious, like I can't get out. So I feel like it'd be better to have the full row to myself. I can get out when I need to get out.
But you don't have as much leg room.
Yeah, but you can lay down all the way. You have 3 seats.
You can lay down on the 3 seats.
Yeah.
I feel like those
You
seats
put-
are a lot harder.
No, you put the armrest up.
I think those seats are a lot harder
Well,
than up there.
I've done it before. You put your back up against the window and then you put your feet up. So you're not like laying all the way down, but like it's way more comfortable than being in a main cabin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gals, let us know. Chime in below in the comments. What'd you guys do? First class window seat or main cabin row all to yourself? Why are you mocking me over there?
Not Michael.
Yeah, you
I was
are.
just saying first class.
Okay, so we got to New York. We were so tired. I booked us a bougie hotel, and it was like $1,000 for literally one night. We got to stay there for like 5 hours because we got in at 5 a.m. and then we had to check out and move to our next
Not even
hotel.
5 hours. Like we were up probably an hour when we got there and went to sleep and pretty much checked out right when we get up. So it's like we were there conscious for like an hour.
Yeah, and I mean, at least we were comfortable, but it was not worth it. We had the really good view of the Brooklyn Bridge in the morning. And then this is the thing about races. Typically 2 days before your long run, before the actual race day, they have some sort of like event, shakeout run, like where everybody gets, together and does your like last pre-race run. So if you didn't know, I was with Peloton in New York. That's why I was there. I'm on a year-long contract with them. And we had the shakeout run on Thursday. So it's like 3-ish miles. And you show up and, a lot of the people who are running the race are running the 3 miles.
Yeah.
Guys, they started pulling out the pace signs, which is like the mile pace. And they have these people who hold the signs so you can like make sure that you're around the right pace. The slowest pace that they had was 11 minutes and 30 seconds. And let me tell you, my pace running a mile, especially for long distance, is like a 15-minute mile, 16-minute mile, really. Right?
Yeah. No, I'll give you like 15.
Yeah, between a
15.
14 and 16, depending on the day and how long we're running. I already was like so nervous because I haven't done like a run with other people besides our friends. Like this whole training, it's just like, I don't know, it's nerve-wracking. So I show up for the shakeout run. Luckily, Rayanne's boyfriend Gabe came. Selton was there, and I convinced them to run the shakeout run with me. And I'm so happy I did because I was literally the last person, like by minutes. We did our little 3-mile run. Everybody had already finished. There was like one lady who had to wait for us because she had to make sure we made it back.
Yeah.
But if I were to run by myself, if you guys didn't stay with me, I would have been all alone.
Because who threw that again?
It was like through the people who threw the race.
The full race?
Yeah, it's like New York Road Runners or something.
Well, I feel like, to me, I feel like the people who ran the shakedown are the people who got pretty fast times. But when it came to race day, like, everyone was going to show up. You know what I mean? 'Cause I feel
Yeah.
like there's a lot of people there who really didn't even train. Like, they're just like, oh, I'm going to run the half. or
No,
whatever.
I think most people have to train for a half marathon. But this is the thing is, I thought that the shakeout run, when I was like the last person, which it doesn't matter. Like, I was like, okay, clearly there needs to be representation for slow runners because I was like way behind everybody else, And I'm happy to be the representation, but I was worried that on race day that I was going to be like all by myself running these 13 miles and everybody had made it out to seem like on race day, there's going to be so much energy. You're running with all these people. And I'm like thinking, oh my God, like, no, there's not. Like I literally was I would have been by myself if Gabe and Selton weren't with me. But come to find out, race day came and there was so many people. So the Brooklyn Half is the biggest half marathon in the United States and has like 30,000 runners. So there was people of all levels. And even at my pace, I was constantly surrounded by people. Like there was a lot of people running, but it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. What did you say? I mean, you saw me at mile 6 and at the end.
Yeah, mile 6 was... I feel like mile 6 was the hump for everyone. Or like people, like the energy in mile 1 was different from mile 6. Mile 6, hands on hips, everybody just walking. Like I was like, gosh, what happened? Those last 5 miles, what happened in between then?
Well, this is what happened. It got really hot, and then we ran through Prospect Park, I think is what it's called. And there was hills, and they had told me that, like, was asking people, like, how's the course? Because we didn't really train that many hills here in LA, because I was told that the Brooklyn half was pretty flat, and it was, except for those first few miles. When you got to the park, you were running like gradually uphill, which is almost worse than just like getting up and going down a hill. Like, it was just like for the whole park, you're like on a slight incline.
Yeah.
So that's why you saw all of us like right after the hill. Guys, I saw the video. Sultan was so sweet, trying to like help get footage of the race. He like sent me all the footage. The video of me from mile 6. In my head, I think I'm running, but my feet are barely leaving. Like, I was shuffling at the pace of a slow walk, I would say. Don't you think so?
Yeah, because if you watch the whole video, you can see me walking next to you, like talking to you.
You're literally like, how you doing? I'm like, struggling so bad. And I was only halfway at that point. So it only went downhill from there. Luckily, it did rain. And I really feel like God heard me, because I started talking to God while I was running. And I was like, God, I need you to cool it down. Like, this is so hot. Like, if anything, like, please, you can make it rain. I would like love to feel rain on my body. It did rain. So
Yeah.
confirmation. He's listening. I don't know if you guys like really are into this, but like, it's really been the like whole, our life has been like focused on this half marathon for months now.
Yeah, because I mean, you got yours done, and now the girls got theirs. What, next week?
So there's a little bit of tea about the girls' run next week. Should we talk about it?
Did you say that? Put that in media?
No, we can talk about it now. I want to talk about it now.
Yeah.
It's relevant to our conversation. So this is how we all started running, because our friend Dom was like, hey, I'm going to run the Nike half marathon in LA. Why don't we all do as a friend group? And almost everybody in our friend group was like, okay, sure, we'll do it. So we start running. I end up changing the race that I'm going to do, because Peloton reached out and was like, hey girl, would you rather do the Brooklyn half? And I was like, yes. So I did my Brooklyn half marathon. Everybody else in the run club is doing the race next week, except for Gabi. As you girls know, she freaking is going on a brand trip instead, which
Quitter.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame her. I would definitely make the same decision. But my mom, Macy, Dom, Maya, like all the girls are running. Sav,
yeah.
are all running the half marathon for Nike. Well, Nike comes out and says, hey, so because of some street regulations and us not being able to close down the streets for as long as we need, if you don't run a 14-minute mile pace by like when you get to mile 5, if you're not running a 14-minute mile pace, we will turn you back around and you won't finish the whole race.
You'll do like 9 miles.
You'll do 9 miles instead of 13. And that's an issue, because you're supposed to be, it's an all women's race. Nike, I feel like they're normally very inclusive. Like, they've always had a plus size. They have really good actually activewear that goes to a 3X. Like, they talk the talk, they walk the walk. So this was like really surprising.
But maybe it was more of the city telling them what they can do, and it was kind of out of their hands.
But I just feel like this is probably not a new rule. Like, they've probably been knowing this, because the thing is, the half marathon is at night, which is different. And
that may be a reason too, though. They don't want it to be like super late at night and people are still running.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Because I'm like, the LA half marathon or the LA marathon closes the roads down for way longer than.
But I think that starts in the morning, though. That's not like a nighttime.
Yeah, so maybe that's the reasoning. But I think it's really frustrating for people who have been training. Like, Dom and me have very similar paces. And for me to run a 14-minute mile, I would be, for 5 miles, I would be like dead. I wouldn't be able to finish the race. Could I get to 5 miles at a 14-minute pace? I don't know. I don't know if I could do that.
You can do that.
My fastest mile pace for my half marathon was like 14:20 or something, which is pretty quick for me. And that was like the first mile, because I was like, I started with the people like one pace ahead. Then I was like in the wrong group. But whatever. All that to say is I feel frustrated for them, because a lot of the girls who are running it were kind of like, should I even do it? Like, it kind of feels embarrassing. Like, oh, I can't run the pace, and now I'm only going to run 9 miles. And Nike, of course, was like, well, you still get a medal, and like, you're still going to get your bag. But it's like, it's the principle of it. Like, you've dedicated months of your life to train for something that you were really looking forward to, and now you're telling me, "Ugh, well, you're sorry, you're just not quick enough." You know, like that sucks. That's like not a good feeling.
Yeah.
So then after they first revealed that, they came back out saying, "We heard you guys," and they added an extra 17 minutes to the whole race time,
Yeah.
which in the scheme of things doesn't do anything. Because you still have to and they still said if you're not running the 14-minute pace by 5 miles, we're going to turn you around.
What time's the race start at?
I don't know, but I will be there supporting all of our friends. I'm actually really excited. My mom keeps saying she doesn't know if she's going to run it or not. And of course, everybody in our run club group chat, when Dom sent the stuff about them changing all the rules, we all were like, that's so messed up. Like, what the heck? Like, this is so frustrating. Like, da 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 da. And my mom chimes in and she's like, I don't know. 9 miles does sound kind of good. I'm like, Mom,
I know she can run
that's not the point.
Yeah.
It's not the point. But yeah, I just feel bad for them. And it sucks that that's the way that things are going down. But even if you run it and you run the 9 miles, that's still such a big accomplishment, you know?
That's huge.
So, and honestly, that's the point when it starts to get you start to get real bad negative self-talk.
What, 9 miles?
Yes. Like you just want to get to 10 because you think, oh, if I can get to 10, then it's just 3 miles. It's just a 5K, which is crazy to say now because before we started running, 3 miles seemed so daunting.
Yeah.
But 3 miles now is just kind of a normal run.
Because to me, it's that stuff doesn't hit me until I see I have a mile left. I'm cool all the way up until you have a mile left. And then that mile feels like the longest mile ever.
Because your body's starting to shut down because your mind knows okay, I'm getting close to being done. No, but I felt I can't even explain the emotions that I felt crossing the finish line for the half marathon. I literally started bawling. I couldn't help it. I started crying so hard because my body hurt so bad, but mostly because I couldn't believe that I finished it. I was I can't believe that I just went through all of that freaking turmoil in my head. And here I am 13 miles later.
He did awesome. He did great. First one.
Second one, actually.
Well, how long ago was that?
A long time ago.
Well, first one as an adult in the real world.
Yeah, and a lot heavier. I think I'm 70 pounds heavier than I was in college. So.
But you said you ran the same time though.
I did. I actually think I ran a little bit faster this one. So. Yeah. I did it. I think I needed to release those emotions because I'm not really a big crier. And I feel sometimes things just get pent up inside. So I think it was really good for me to finish. But it was just so funny because my cousin and Gabe and Selton were there at the finish line. And I had sunglasses on so they couldn't tell that I was crying.
No, I could hear you.
You could hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you.
But as I was walking up, I started crying more. And they were like, good job. They just thought I felt like it was supposed to be a moment of you guys hyping me up. But instead I was like, I hurt. Everything hurts. I'd bent over. It was a rough moment, but it was I really was crying. I feel of joy.
That you finished it.
Yeah, that I finished it. Yeah.
Got it done.
So my plan moving forward is I want to do maintenance runs. I want to do a couple miles here and there because I do think when you stop running and you start again, it's like anything else. It's really hard to get back into it and you really just start back from the beginning. So my goal is now that we're home, I want to do a couple miles this week and just keep it going. It's something that I think is good for me. And yeah, that's that.
You could run the Nike one if you want to.
I'm not running the Nike one for sure. No, actually, I probably could do the 9 miles, but I didn't get a bid.
I feel the other girls want to do the whole thing.
Yeah, I think they're gonna try and get through it. But I did okay, last thing about the half marathon and then we'll move on. But I freaking chafed. Not as bad as I definitely could have. I thought that I was so prepared. I had my Mega Babe, my anti-chafe stick. I put it in between my legs, even though I had leggings on. I put it underneath my sports bra. I put it on my shoulders. I put it where my running vest hit. On the back of my heels. Still, the place that I did not think about was the back of my sports bra. So on my back rolls, I have scars now from how bad my sports bra chafed me. So, word to the wise, even if you're not running a half marathon, if you're going to like an amusement park or whatever and you chafe really easily, make sure you put Mega Babe on the back.
Do they got other tops you can wear instead of that?
What?
Do they have like other tops you can wear instead of like the sports bra? That's like more. There's not really harsh, like elastic band or something.
The sports bra that I used wasn't a harsh band. It's not about what the material it is. It's just the fact that your body's rubbing, because like when you run, you're bouncing, is rubbing up and down on whatever material is touching it. So it's gonna chafe if you don't put something in between it. A lot of people's like for marathons, like their nipples will bleed. Like a lot of men will tape their nipples. I honestly learned so much about the running community, just like being around everybody, and they're so welcoming. Everybody looks like the actual bodies look so different. It's so impressive. Me and this old granny literally like ran the whole race together. She ended up beating me by like 15 seconds. But at the end, when I was really dying, she came by and she was like, come on, come on. And it got me through. I'm like, okay. And one of my followers, Cammie, I think was her first name, literally popped up at mile 6. We ran a whole mile together. And then she popped up again at the end. And I told her, I was like, thank you so much for talking to me. I was like, I was having a really hard time and you got me through. And she was so sweet. And then she's like, okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom. So she stopped.
Is that in the middle of the race?
Yeah. They have like porta potties and stuff throughout the race. So you can go. But I did not go the whole race because I didn't want to stop. But
yeah, I would have kept going too.
No, it was amazing. Sultan, what do you want to tell us about your week?
Well, New York?
Anything. What do you want to update us on?
I mean, New York, I finally got to see Hamilton on Broadway. That was really good.
Yeah, what else? Tell us about it.
In New York?
Yeah, tell us about Hamilton. Why did you want to see it?
I don't know, it's just a play I wanted to see. Like, I mean, I seen the little clips and commercials on TV about it. I just always want to watch it, and then I always liked hearing the was it King Henry III, his song.
I have a core memory from our relationship. We were in Oklahoma.
Look around. Oh, not that song?
No, not that one. We were in Oklahoma. We had just ate at the Cheesecake Factory for like our date night. That was like our typical date night in Oklahoma. We get into Sultan's car and he's like, hey, I want to play the song for you. And he starts playing a song from the Hamilton musical. I was like, who is this man? I have been dating you, I think, for like a year or so. And I was like, you like musicals? Like, is this a new thing? Like, tell me more about this because I just like,
Unlimited.
and he loves Wicked now. You really do. Like, I mean, you're a man of many interests.
Willy Wonka's like my favorite movie, the original one.
Yeah, and that's how I knew we were meant to be because my dad's favorite movie is also Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
We have a few things that like were serendipitous for our relationship.
Yeah.
You know, should we tell them about that?
That's all right.
Why? I feel like they would think that's cool.
Yeah, give little snippets here and there.
Yeah, okay, sorry. I feel like Gabby's going to be listening to this. She's in Peru, by the way. Gabby's in Peru. Today she hiked Machu Picchu. She was sending videos to the family group chat. It looks unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. She was saying that Machu Picchu was discovered by an American only 100 years ago.
I don't know if I believe that.
I think that the people that are giving the tours there are telling the accurate history.
Like, there's probably people who are like indigenous people. Is that the right word?
No. Yes, it was like it's ancient, but we like rediscovered it for the modern world 100 years ago.
No.
Is that something you'd ever want to do?
I feel like I want to see like the 7 wonders of the world.
That's one of them.
Oh, that's one?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Like, I want to see the pyramids for sure. I want to see.
Wait, I'm like pretty sure. Wait, I'm gonna Google it because now I'm just second guessing myself. I think it is.
What the mountains or?
Let me just look up what the 7 wonders of the world are. Okay, take your guesses of what it is.
I know it's the pyramids one. Brazil, was it Jesus? The statue of Jesus, right?
The thing with its arms out.
Yeah, that's one. Great Wall of China, maybe one.
Yeah.
What's that, 3? What's that, 3?
Not the voice crack.
After all that.
I was getting some pop culture from Sultan's family this weekend. We were in Oklahoma and they were telling me, what's his name?
Huh?
What's his name that said that? It's a basketball player.
Carlton.
Babe, you have to hold the mic to your mouth.
If you don't chill out,
They can't hear you.
They can hear me.
No, they
cannot. I can turn myself up if
Guys,
they can't hear me.
Comment below that Sultan needs to put his mic to his mouth. Okay.
Put W's in the chat if you can hear me.
No. Okay.
Carl Anthony.
Wait, why is
Carl? Yeah, it's Carl Anthony.
Wait, okay. Okay, ready? Do you have any more guesses for the 7 wonders of the world?
Oh, Carl Anthony Towns. That's his full name.
Oh, Sultan's referring to him because I guess in some interviews, he sounds a little like Valley Girl-esque. What did he say? What was the thing?
After all that?
And after all that. So we've been saying that all weekend. Okay, here are the 7 wonders. You had some of them right. The Great Wall of China, Machu Picchu. I was right.
I said you're wrong.
I feel like I'm going to say these all wrong, but it's like, it's a chick.
Sound it out.
No, it's in Spanish. So, okay, it says it's a Mayan city in Mexico. Petra, which is in Jordan. Christ the Redeemer. That's the one in Rio de Janeiro. The Colosseum. I've seen the Colosseum.
Oh, yeah, the Colosseum.
I've been there. I toured it. I've seen one wonder. And then the Taj Mahal. So.
Where's the Taj Mahal at?
In India. You've seen it. You know, it has the big, yeah. So maybe we should add those places to our bucket list.
Yeah.
I feel like we're not going to get to them before we have kids.
Get to like 1 or something.
Yeah. Which ones like, would you want to go to first? I feel like Brazil would be really fun.
Brazil.
Did you know my dad was a foreign exchange student in Brazil when he was 16 years old?
No. I think my buddy lives out there now.
Free place to stay.
I think he's out there now, yeah.
Yeah, you have to talk to my dad about Brazil. He will tell you many crazy stories about living there. He fell in love with his host sister, like the host family. He fell in love with her.
Yeah.
A Brazil love story.
I'm going to have to get my little white tank top so I can feel like Don Toretto.
I don't get that reference.
Fast and Furious.
I still don't get that reference.
You don't get that reference?
No, I'm not really good at pop culture stuff and movies.
What?
You like remember everything you've ever seen in your whole life. Me, I couldn't tell you what I had for breakfast today. Yeah, literally. And I feel like you can't stand that about me.
Yeah, like the video you did with the iced coffee we had, and you're like, I didn't say that, and I was like, you literally said that about you're like, oh, I like mine's better.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I didn't say that. I was like, watch the video.
Roll the tape. I have that. I literally will say something 5 seconds later I forget.
Like, I feel like you don't believe me when I say like you said that. You're just like, I didn't say that.
You know what? Let's pull the audience, because here's the thing. Solomon gets annoyed when, let's say we go to get coffee, for instance, like a few days ago. I got a banana bread blondie latte from 7 Brew, half sweet. Highly recommend. It was very good. Sultan got, what was your order?
It's just blondie with oat milk and I think caramel drizzle.
Can't forget the caramel drizzle, baby.
Well, I don't know if they have like just the regular caramel, like the syrup.
Yes, that they do both. Caramel drizzle is like you're adding it on the sides.
'Cause I know I did just the syrup before, but every time I go there, I just say do the last order.
You can just own that you got caramel drizzle. It's okay, babe.
Just keep going. Where you going with this?
I'm saying that this is. So we always try each other's orders when we get things. So we try each other's lattes. I like to say, if I try yours and I like mine better, then I say, oh, good, mine tastes better. Meaning, oh, I got the right order. Sultan is like, you don't have to say that. You don't have to say mine tastes better. So I was recording a vlog of that coffee. And I guess in the vlog I said, oh, mine tastes better. And then he was like, why did you say that? I told you I don't like it when you say that. And I'm like, I did not say that. He's like, roll the tapes. Like, you literally just recorded yourself. I did in fact say that. You were right.
Yeah.
But the poll that I want to know here is, I don't think that's mean to say that.
To me, it's more of like, you got what you got and I got what I got. And then the fact that like you wasted a bite of my food or you wasted a sip of my drink and said, oh, mine's better. It's like, well, that's one less sip or one less bite I could have had. And you just wasted it. You
Okay.
didn't like it.
That's valid, but here's the thing. I wouldn't be able to tell what I liked better. I have to take a bite or a sip.
Well, you
That's
ordered
only-
what you ordered, though.
That's the only way to find
To
out.
me, I feel like it's valid. Like, you can get a sip of mine if I want a sip of yours. But if I don't want a sip of yours, you know what I mean?
But you should always want to sip of mine because my orders, top tier. I have a great...
I don't like bananas like that.
Did you even try it?
Yeah, I tried the first day you had it.
When-
Because you're like, try it.
Did you like it?
Wasn't for me.
Yeah. And guess what? I'm not offended by that.
But I didn't say that.
You could have, though. You could have.
No.
This is one thing about myself. I will always get the good order. I don't stray away from the good things in life. If there's mac and cheese on the menu, I'm getting it. And guess what? If you ordered the little like quinoa bowl and now you want to try mine because your order turned out bad.
Not that other coffee shop where I had the tiramisu iced latte. She got like, what did you get?
That wasn't even what it was called.
What I had?
Try it again.
I
Try it
had the
again.
tiramisu.
No, it wasn't. It was the kind of cake that you make.
Tres leches?
Yes.
I thought it was tiramisu.
No, it's tres leches.
No, we had tiramisu for dessert.
I don't know, but whatever. Go ahead.
But
Tell them.
tres leches and
Tell them the
she
one
had-
time you got a better
one
order.
of many. But what was the one? What did you have? Like pistachio or something?
I got a pistachio latte. It wasn't horrible. But I will say the tres leches
She
was
said
better.
it wasn't horrible, but she drank literally 1/4 of the drink
Oh,
and
guys.
left it sitting in the hotel
You didn't
room.
know that you were tuning in for me and someone to argue about our coffee orders, did you? You were like, wow, this podcast has really gone downhill since last time I listened to it.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get to the Gabby and Macy part.
Oh, we want to get to that right now. So after New York, me and Sultan flew from New York to Oklahoma, where me and him are getting married in November. And we've had this plan for a while now. Our wedding planner was like, listen, you guys need to come to town, dedicate the next week. What are you doing? Dedicate the next week to wedding planning. And she was like, we're going to book out the florist, the cake people, the catering, and we're just going to like bam, 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 pretty much plan your wedding in 1 week. And then we were like, okay, solid. That sounds way better than emailing back and forth for months, trying to make decisions. So we went to Oklahoma. And while we were there, you guys heard on the last week's podcast episode. If you haven't listened to it, go back and listen. I was not here. He was not here. But Gabi, we had called her after our cake tasting. And I was like so excited about it. I'm like, listen, my favorite part of the week was the cake tasting. Like we had the best time. Amy, who owns the business, like came in person for us and let us, do our cake tasting, which she normally doesn't do that. So it was really cool, really special. And I'm like, you're going to love the flavors we chose. So I go down the list and I'm like, we chose cookies and cream, peanut butter chocolate, a typical wedding cake, like almond vanilla, and a chocolate with cookies and cream. And she starts laughing and she's like, Emma, cookies and cream and peanut butter chocolate sounds like you picked Fruity Pebble Vanilla Swirl for your wedding cake. And I'm like, no. So I feel like we need to explain ourselves a little bit here.
Yeah.
About the difference between our cake and the cake that we're
sheet cakes.
and then the cake that we're serving the masses.
Yeah.
Right. So what she wasn't understanding was our cake, the cake that's going to be like really pretty.
That's the one like you see us cut, like when the husband and wife cut the cake for the first time. That's their cake.
Yeah. And you typically don't serve that cake. So for those flavors, we chose our favorite flavors because it's our cake. So I picked chocolate peanut butter. I was between chocolate peanut butter and the banana. Surprise, surprise. I love banana. But I went with the chocolate peanut butter. What'd you pick?
Vanilla and cookies and cream.
It does sound funny when you say it.
What?
Like it does sound like we're like little kids, like cookies and cream. Like a little kid ordering ice cream.
To me, why not get the flavor you want to get? Like I feel like if you go to anyone's wedding or any past wedding you go to, you never hear someone say like, "Oh, that was a good cake," because everyone just does wedding cake.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing special to it. So it's like all of a sudden, like we want to change it up. And it's like, oh, you're getting like a Happy Meal or something.
So that's the thing. We got our flavors. What we're gonna serve everybody else will be traditional wedding cakes, like a vanilla cake, and then a chocolate cake. And we did spice that one up a little bit and put cookies and cream filling. So like, I just feel like those are pretty normal flavors for the
Yeah, I
ones that
feel
we're
like it's
serving
good.
everybody else.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. I already know Gabby's gonna come over to our little sweetheart table and be like, Selton, can I get a slice of your cookies and cream? Because she doesn't like chocolate cake. She likes vanilla
Cookies and
cake.
cream. I what I should do is go back to the last podcast and clip a short little clip of that video and have it on my phone just for that moment when she comes over there.
to try to
Be like, you remember this?
Remember the time you were talking crap on our selections? What was your other favorite appointment of the week?
That was yours, the cake one. I guess the food, picking our food for the rehearsal and reception.
Yeah, there was some really good things. We aren't telling people what we're doing for our actual wedding night because we want it to be a surprise
Mm-hmm.
for the people who are coming. Not that it's anything groundbreaking, but just because it's like, I don't know, it's fun to like keep a little bit of things.
Just expect the unexpected.
Okay. That's a little much. No, that's true though. But I'm really most excited for like the little appetizers for cocktail hour. We're doing like lobster rolls, prosciutto wrapped fruit with hot honey. What else did we pick? Oh, the little like
Did we
mozz.
do chicken and waffles or no?
No, we're doing late night food, and that's going to be honey butter. No,
Chicken biscuits.
I think it's like hot honey butter chicken biscuits.
I thought it was honey butter chicken biscuits, but like then they put cayenne pepper in the batter for like
it was
the fried
good.
chicken.
It was good.
Yeah.
And we're doing so our late night bites, we're doing the chicken whatever.
Did you say lobster rolls already?
Yeah. We're doing the hot honey chicken biscuits and then fried mac and cheese balls. Oh, I really feel bad if anybody drinks too much and throws up the food from our wedding. I'm so
Like
sorry.
there'll be a lot left. A lot of like food, like the little late night bites.
You think there'll be a lot left?
I feel like it.
No, people will eat it. People drunk at a wedding.
Yeah, but I mean, like I feel like there'll be a lot, like because they're gonna obviously have more than
The people that are there.
the people that are
Yeah,
there.
yeah, true. I'm excited to go. This is what I'm on. Like, I'm really excited for the wedding. That part obviously is going to be so fun. But what I'm most excited for is after the wedding to get in our pajamas, have some leftovers in the room, and sit down and just talk about the whole day and like who we saw and like how much fun it was, and just kind of like debrief together in the honeymoon suite.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Mhm.
But yeah, the appointments for the wedding, I feel like it made it seem really real. That it's like we're actually getting married.
Yeah, especially the I don't know what you would call it, like props or the
Rentals. The rentals
like the
appointment.
rental stuff.
Yeah, you had to pick out like I didn't realize, guys, wedding planning, like I'm not stressed about it, but the one thing that I didn't expect is how many things you have to pick. And maybe that sounds dumb, but like every little thing, like literally, what fork do you want? What knife do you want? What kind of plates? What kind of linens? What shape of the tables? Well, if that's the shape of the table you want, how do you want them to put it together? What's the floor plan? What's the dance floor going to look like? What's the florals going to look like? Like every single little thing you have to decide. And there's so many decisions. But before we went to Oklahoma, we sent our planner like our vision and stuff, and she definitely understood the assignment. But the rentals company, they're the ones who rent out like the tables and the chairs and the plates and the silverware and the linens. They've been around for 40 years. They have to be making millions a year. Like the way that they are like one of the only rental companies in Oklahoma, and they service all of the corporate people, all of the weddings, all the hotels. They have like 80 employees. I'm like, when you're growing up and they're like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Never mind, did it cross my mind, oh, I could have made millions being a rental company.
I mean, I was gonna ask the lady if it was like passed down or if she's the one who started it.
I don't know.
It was like 35 years, right?
It's 40 years. That girl,
40 years?
she would have had to start the business when she was like 5, babe. She was probably
Anything's possible.
she was probably like the daughter of somebody. But it's always those like little things that you're like, dang, like I should have thought of this. Or like, dang, I should have gotten into this business.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's too late now, but Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
I feel like I'd rather be the venue. I feel like out of the whole ordeal of stuff, I'd rather like be a venue for weddings.
Yeah, that is true because the rental company, they also do all the labor. Like they have to bring all the stuff in and out, that's like a lot of like, yeah, hard labor.
Yeah.
So
I think I think they do like a few helpers during the wedding day or something like that.
yeah, there's just whole teams and teams of people
Yeah.
for each thing that you're doing. So I just like one thing that I hadn't thought about that they asked was like what we wanted to do for our exit. Like if we wanted to like sparklers or bubbles or all that stuff.
I
And
feel
I'm
like
just like,
everyone does sparklers.
yeah, I didn't want to do sparklers. We decided what we wanted to do. I'm not going to tell you guys because I want it to be special. But it's just like
Have
that
you
was
told
like,
anybody about that?
I think I told Gabby.
All right, I guess don't bring it up again so it's not fresh on people's mind to
So
spread it.
she'll forget it by then.
Yeah, she'll probably forget.
She's the maid of honor though. She has to know the whole rundown of the day. So she knows how to get my angles. You know, make sure I look good.
I
But
feel like she's pretty weak with secrets, but
Gabby?
yeah.
Her and my mom are that way.
I just gotta tell somebody.
I feel like I'm getting better at secrets. You know why?
Why?
Because Macy, Dom told me that the night before Macy's wedding shower that Macy was actually going to legally get married at the shower and surprise everybody. And Dom told me because she needed help with the music. I didn't even tell Selton.
That's literally less than 24 hours.
But you know how bad I wanted to tell you? We're in bed at night and I'm looking you in the eye like, he doesn't even know.
You're still not there yet.
He doesn't know.
I don't think you're there yet.
Really?
Like the fact that me and Dom had to hold it down for like 2 months without telling anyone.
For the proposal?
Yeah.
Well, you guys did a good job. But I did like have an inkling at the day of.
Huh?
I knew it was coming soon.
Yeah.
But it still was the whole ordeal of it, like the violinist and the setup and all that stuff was such a surprise. So you guys did a good job. If you guys are new to listening, or maybe you're not, I feel like we've been a little hectic with our segments. But when we started the podcast, our segments were this. We would start out, we would tell you about our week, like we just did. And then we would get into a segment called What Makes Us Sick to Our Stomach, Fam, which we're going to do today. And then we get into what happened in the world this week, what happened in media. And then lastly, we do what happened in your week and we give advice to you guys as listeners. So we're going to take it back to the OG segments today and get back onto it. And the only reason we're doing that is because I read your guys' reviews on the Apple Podcast app. And somebody said, love this podcast. I just wish they kept their segments more regular. So listen, we're going to give the gals what the gals want. And we're getting back to our roots. So Sultan, do you want to start us off? What makes you sick to your stomach, fam?
What makes me sick to my stomach is when I have a nice warm meal in front of me and I'm trying to eat it and let me reverse it. What makes me sick to my stomach is I have my meal ready. I have the show I'm going to watch ready and I'm about to eat and someone wants to talk to me or they want to say something or just bother me while I'm eating. Like even like just eating in general, like I just want to eat. Like I'm not here to talk. Like none of that stuff. Like if I'm eating with a group of people, like if you notice, like I won't say a word when the food comes out. Like I'm there to eat.
Yeah, and you also eat your food one item at a time.
Yeah,
which is crazy to me.
well, you got your sides. This is like the openers, and then you have the main course. That's like the main event.
No, to me, it's like I want to take one bite of each thing. Like when we go to barbecue, I have like a bite of mac and cheese, a little bit of coleslaw, some of the pulled pork. Sometimes I'll have like a bite of the coleslaw with the pulled pork. Like that's the beauty of eating different like genres of food. Selton will literally eat all his baked beans, all his coleslaw.
All the way around. I like eating my cold stuff first, then going on to the warm sides.
Really? I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
But that's crazy to me.
How?
Because it's just like, I don't know. Because then like you're going to be full by the time you get to the main course.
No, then it's like the main course. Like to me, it's like the sides kind of fill me up. And then it seems like the main course, I got more than what I have. You know what I mean?
Because it's like the most of everything.
Because like you already ate everything else and you're like, your stomach's sending the signals to your brain saying like you're full while you're like on the main course. And it's just like, dang, like they gave me so much food, but in theory they didn't give me that much food.
Are you trying to like trick yourself?
Yeah, I mean it's like so I can enjoy it more rather than like let me eat the main thing and then go
I
to
don't know.
sides. And
To me, that's just like a little like crazy.
I think that's
There's a
crazy.
few things that Selden gives, a few characteristics that you give that are a little bit like serial killer vibes. Serial killer vibes. I can't even say the word right. Number one, he doesn't play music in the car.
What's wrong with that?
What? Like, what? Okay, I can understand this. Like, I can understand if you're like coming off of a full day of work and like you've been so overstimulated and you just need to like drive home in silence. I did that so many times when I was a speech therapist. Like, I just like needed a second. But now we live such a fun life. We love our jobs. The only time Sultan will put music on in the car is if we're going to the gym. Other than that, he sees no issue with it. He just gets in the car, silence.
Well, you got to think like to me like there's so much stuff going on. Like there's so much like stimulants all around us. It's like when do you like take time just don't have like anything going or doing anything? It's
When I
just-
sleep at night.
You're not doing anything like that. You know, what when you're up on TikTok and finally fall asleep, like stimulants until you fall asleep.
No, I put my phone down before that. But to me, I want to live my life joyful. And what brings joy to me?
I am joyful. I'm filled with joy. I don't need all this
Uh,
external stuff to motivate me. You know
Yeah,
what
we
I mean?
disagree on that. But to me, what's like such a fun time in life is putting on your favorite song, blasting the music, rolling the windows down a little bit. Like that brings me so much joy. And we're never going to see eye to eye on this. You guys, the first time Sultan told me that he doesn't play music in the car, I really thought about breaking up with you. It was pretty early on in our relationship. And I thought this has to be the biggest red flag.
I mean, it's not as bad as someone who always chews with their mouth open.
Who's that?
Sitting right next to me.
That's okay. But like that is a red flag to you?
Yeah, like no manners.
It's because I
Some
can't breathe through my
Eating
nose.
etiquette. Just hold your breath for like 30 seconds.
You don't understand. It's hard to hold your breath for 30 seconds. Have you ever tried it?
Yeah.
While you're trying to eat? You don't know the pain that I feel. You don't
Oh my
know.
gosh.
You don't understand the deviated septum life. It's so hard being me.
Yeah.
No music in the car. It does not equivalent to me chewing with my mouth open.
I feel like it does.
That's more of like an ick, probably. You probably like, ew, this. I shouldn't date this girl because she chews with her mouth open. To me, I was like, is he gonna kill me? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And then I saw you eat, and you ate one thing at a time. But now I know who you really are, and you really are just a calm man. You don't need a lot. You just, need to sit in the car in silence.
Yeah, just talk to yourself, saying, hey, Sultan, you doing all right,
You don't like when I ask how you're doing.
Huh?
You don't like when I ask that question.
I said, I'm talking to myself.
Oh, you talked in your brain. You're saying
Yeah.
in the car. You
Sometimes
talk.
you just think, sometimes you just, just have a conversation or whatever with yourself in the car.
I've never done that before.
You never talked to yourself before?
Not about like how are you doing.
Doing that, or even like some topics or something like where it's like you have, how can I put it? It's like, oh, I really want this. I really want like this jacket, but then there's also this other jacket, but then it's kind of like, hey, what jacket do I pick? Or, you know what I mean?
No,
You know what I mean?
that's not my inner dialogue.
What do you say to yourself?
I think I talk more so in my head about what I have to do. So like if I'm in the car, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to this workout class. That'll be about this time. And then when I get home, I need to do this. And then like little things in my head will be like, oh yeah, and don't forget this. It's more of like an agenda when I talk to myself. You're talking like decision making.
Yeah, I mean, like, just like, oh, do you think they saw me? No, they didn't see you. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like we're talking nonsense right now.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's just good to talk to yourself.
No, I think that's good. I'm learning so much about you today. That's really sweet though that you do talk to yourself in your head like that. Check in
Mhm.
with yourself, see how you're doing.
Yeah, you gotta be yourself's best friend before
yeah.
someone else.
I like to be my best friend singing in the car together. Me and me with my music on. Okay, back to things that make me sick to my stomach, fam. I only have one today. and that is earwax on headphones.
You got that?
No, but I've seen it before. Well, actually, the old ones, the old AirPod, or not AirPods, the wired headphones, the newer wire headphones, those ones will get earwax in them, the little hole.
Yeah.
Disgusting. And then you got to like get out of there. Like at that point, I just want to buy new headphones. Luckily, the new ones don't get like they're better. The like in ear headpod or AirPods. But mostly it's this. When you're on like a plane, I guess it's kind of or at the gym and you see somebody take their headphones out and you can like see the earwax on their headphones. Like that makes me sick to my stomach. Like I don't want to ever see anybody else's earwax.
Yeah.
You know? Like your own, okay, that's kind of gross already. Somebody else's? Ugh. What do you think about that?
Yeah, but to me, it's like, I don't know, when it comes to especially in-ear headphones, it's almost like impossible unless you just got a Q-tip on you 24/7.
I think though you should clean them out. Like if you have earwax on your headphones, you should be at home in your private space and you should clean them out,
Yeah.
right?
But I'm talking about like just in your ear in general.
How do you get the earwax out?
Like I feel like because I think you grow earwax like every single day.
Yeah, but you just can use Q-tips to get it out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like you have to like constantly do that not to have anything on your headphones or earbuds.
Yeah, I do. You're not, a lot of people say you're not supposed to. So before I was a influencer, podcaster, Shelton's fiance, I went to school to be a speech therapist. And in undergrad, you do all the courses for speech therapy and also audiology. And then after you graduate, you split into different grad schools. And so audiologists are the people who like do your hearing tests, all those kind of things. They're like the specialists for hearing. And a lot of the teachers were so against Q-tips.
Well, they don't get they push more in, but I feel like than actually taking stuff out.
Yeah, everybody like it's very controversial if they think they're okay, if they're not okay. I love Q-tips. I use them every single time I get out of the shower. I can't stand feeling like I have earwax in my ears. I'm actually so excited to shower tonight because only one of our hotels had Q-tips.
And you use them all. You didn't save me any.
Yeah, sorry. I'm telling you, I needed them. I needed to clean my ears out.
But I was big on what I like doing was the ear drops. Like if you talk about like it's gonna clean like the ear out,
Ew,
is
why
like
you don't gross this out?
is the ear drops. And then what you do is like you just put that in there.
And it like boils, it like bubbles up.
You hear
Your fizz.
the fizz of it, and then I'll put like a tissue or something over my ear so it doesn't come out. So once I stand up, it'll just
Yeah.
catch everything. But it like loosens everything up too.
But I will say, those ear candles that used to be really big, the thing where you like, it was like a big thing of wax and you let it at the top. All of the audiologists in school said that's a scam. It doesn't do anything. That the wax that you see is the wax from the candle, not from your ear. So save your money. I guess do the eardrops.
Because you got that little camera
Yeah.
scoop thing.
I get too obsessed though, and then I rub my ear raw. They have these things where it's like it's pretty much like a metal rubber Q-tip and it has a camera on the end of it and it Bluetooths to your phone. Gabby got it for me for Christmas. And it's like I could spend hours doing it. So you can like see, it's like you're doing surgery on your ear almost. But I love that kind of stuff. Not anybody else's ears, but my ears. I love them. You know? Anything else make you sick to your stomach, or that was your only one?
I mean, I have more, but they usually just come and go. I mean, unless you can count like tandem parking.
That makes you sick to your stomach?
Yeah.
Why?
It's like that moment I can just kind of sit and just relax and just get a text message. Hey, can we switch cars? And it's just like, gosh, like, because Emma's not going to do it. Like, I'm going to have to go down there and do it. Or
Well, give the girls some context. What are you talking about?
like, we have our garage is tandem parking. So it's like one car in front of the other one. And usually the person who's ever in the back would have to move for the person in the front. Like, if they have to leave or something. That's kind of like, and then going down like 2 flights of stairs every time.
Yeah,
like,
because we live in a townhouse.
gosh.
So it's like, it's not easy getting up and down. And it's a lot of stairs. So, and the thing is, I can't complain because I think I've moved the car one time. That's when I know you're like down bad, when you're like, Emma, move the car for me.
Yeah, because I was about to crash out or something. I was like, just go ahead and move
Yeah.
that.
But I feel like that's a problem that's not going to go away for us because growing up, I had 3 siblings. I still have 3 siblings, but growing up all in the same house, when you get to the point where everybody can drive, your parents have a car, all the kids have a car. That's 6 cars. We played freaking musical Cars anytime somebody had to leave the house, and I fear that will be our future when we have 4
Well, it just
children.
depends on like if you parked on the street or not. I know we would like park on the side of the house or park
Still, there's
somewhere
still
else.
always somebody in the driveway.
You know what I
So
mean?
I just think this, well,
Kind of his kids is like, man, park in the street.
sounds like,
Especially if I had to go somewhere, it's like, just park in the street.
are you going to buy our,
Or my dad, what he do? He just took my truck.
just took the kids' card?
Yeah, he just took my truck. or
Question.
whatever.
I have a question for you. Are we going to buy our kids their first car?
I mean, I bought my first car.
That's what I'm asking you. Are you going to buy your kid their first car? Our kid, sorry.
Have them like save up. If anything, either save up, they buy it, or they save up and then just match what they have.
That's my
and
parents'
buy
skill
it.
is if you save up. It was like under $5,000 and they'll match whatever I saved.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go get a hostess job, save my money, and that's where my hustle really started. At the Cheddar's hostess stand
Yeah.
in Lee Summit, Missouri. My friend Shelby Chapman, she was an only child. She only made it through day 1 of work. And then she quit. Me, I stood the test of time.
Cheddar's, how may I help you?
Hi, welcome to Cheddar's. How many? Okay, that's going to be about a 35-minute wait. And let me tell you, that job probably gave me the worst anxiety of any job I ever had. And I had to call in sick one time, and you would have thought that the world ended.
You're sick.
Yeah. It was not good. I was so nervous. I called in because they wouldn't give me my brother's graduation off. They were like, sorry, you can't have it off. It's a busy weekend. So I
That's why
called in.
Well, you gotta get them warehouse jobs.
Selling loves.
Yeah, I
manual
can't make
labor
it.
jobs.
All right.
That's it? You
That's
never
it.
had anxiety about calling off of work?
No.
I don't know. Maybe it's a woman thing. Literally,
Because
anytime.
it's like the thing about working warehouse jobs is you're already short staffed. So it's like, what's one less person? You know what I mean? So it's not like they're on you about like, oh, you got to stay and work.
Mm-mm.
Like,
Up
"Oh, you make
until
it."
still now, now I don't have to call anybody to call off work. But when I was a speech therapist, when I would be actually sick, I still would be so scared to tell them I wasn't coming in. I'm like,
Mhm.
is that ever going to go away? I think I have a fear of authority a little bit. I don't know where that came from, but like I'm such a rule follower. I like never want to get in trouble. I want to make sure everybody likes me.
Yeah.
Such a weird thing. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's get into media. What happened this week?
Like in our lives,
No, in the media in the world, babe.
well, SGA won MVP in the NBA. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. All my guy listeners out there, or
I don't think we have
girls
one.
who watch basketball.
Wait, I will say there was one of the girls who DM'd me and she's like, I make my boyfriend listen to this every week. So if that one boyfriend is out there
This is
listening,
for you. This is for you.
I bet you're so happy to see a male on this couch. Right?
Yeah.
One of them. One of the boys.
Yeah. It's the SGA won MVP.
So what does MVP mean?
Most valuable player in the league.
And
Let's have like everybody.
and that means what? Like they're the best player?
Yeah, of that season.
Like they scored the most points? Or like what's the criteria?
It's a combination of like points, like assists, like rebounds, like triple, like it's a combination of like best all around player.
Is it anything have to do with popularity?
No,
It's only the numbers.
It's like stats really.
Oh, okay.
Cause like a huge thing that's like, I think my brother said it, like the last like American to win it was like a minute ago. Win like MVP.
In the NBA.
Yeah, there's been like foreigners like the past few years.
And it's every year, one person.
Every year.
And is it normally somebody who makes it to the Final Four?
Not usually, because it'll be like you have MVP of the whole league, and then the two teams that are in the finals, they'll have an MVP like of the finals too. So like you could win it 2 times.
Has it happened before?
Yeah, I think LeBron's done that before.
Of course he has.
And how do you say his name? Giannis. I think he did it when he won the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, when we were in Oklahoma City, the Thunder, their team, is in the playoffs. So me, Selson, and his brother went to the game together, and it was such a fun time, such good energy. And it was the day after that guy had gotten named MVP. So like as he entered, like the whole arena was screaming MVP, MVP. And that day started I'm not gonna say my love for basketball, but my interest in it.
We'll watch it, yeah, because you've been watching ever since.
Yeah. So now every game of the playoffs, I'm like, wait, I actually want to watch it because I like know what's going on. Before, I'm like, I don't really care. I mean, fun fact, I did play B team basketball in middle school. And that's where my Big Mama nickname originated from, was my blue hoodie from my B team basketball. We all had to put our nicknames on there. And I came up with Big Mama.
Yeah, picture of that?
Yes, I do. I think I do have a picture of it. So we got to find it, huh?
Yeah, not guaranteed to make it to the final cuts of the podcast, but
Oh, I'm just saying for our own entertainment.
yeah.
I would just like, I was always the girl, like I was like not the personality hire, but like the social hire. Like I just wanted to be there because I wanted to like be friends with everybody, you know?
Are you talking about basketball?
Yeah, like any activity. I did cross country. I didn't want to run, but like
Yeah,
I wanted to do the 6 a.m. practices and like chat with the girls after and like get ready in the locker room together. I did the dance team because I wanted all my friends were doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I tried basketball, but my basketball journey was short lived. Like, as soon as they say shirts and skins, I was like, all right, I'm done. Like, I'm always on the skins. It's like back then, even now, it's like I didn't like taking my shirt off like that. So I was just like, I couldn't play my best because I just felt uncomfortable. Like, my brother, on the other hand, like, dude, natural 6-pack, all this other stuff, like, before they even say shirts and skins, the dude's shirt's already off. Like,
He's like, yeah, let me show my body off.
But I was like, basketball is not for me.
Well, one thing about Selton is he will not take his shirt off in front of anybody. Pool party, he has a shirt on. He will not swim. He just wants to be covered always. To the point where we were talking about this with all my girlfriends. I don't know what we were doing, like hanging out. And they were like, Emma, what does someone's stomach look like?
Yeah, never know.
I was like, I don't know how to describe it. The thing is, you look great with your shirt off. So that's why I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. I mean, I do a little bit because like I understand like not feeling confident in like in the way that you're looking. You know what I'm saying? Like in your own head, doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. But to me, I look at you and I'm like, you literally look so good. Like there should be no reason that you don't take your shirt off confidently.
Because I don't have like abs or anything.
Babe, people don't think that. People don't like having abs. Like I don't know where people put this in men's head that like abs were like what all women want.
Washboard abs.
Like what? Like nobody's gonna be like, oh, Selton doesn't have a 6-pack. Put your shirt back on. Like that's like what?
Put it back on.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like me saying like, oh, I'm not gonna wear a swimsuit because like I don't have perfectly round double D's. Like yeah, of course that's like the standard that they told us growing up that like every you want to have perky boobs that were the double D's. But in the scheme of things, who cares? And realistically, who has that?
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you, but
the hefties are here to support you. I do like want for you, like I want one time in your life, I want to go to the pool together and I want you to take your shirt off. Do you think you can do that?
I don't know.
No guarantees?
No guarantees. No guarantees.
I think I just want it more for the fact of like, I'd feel like it'd be freeing for you. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be a point that you'd be like, you could feel how it feels to feel liberated. To really feel like free. It's such a good feeling. Like being in a bikini and not caring what people think about your body. It's the best thing. Really, it really is the best thing. A little string bikini.
I mean, for you, I ain't gonna put no string bikini on.
No, but I'm just saying, like, when you get to the point in life where you're like, it truly does not matter. Like, we live in this big, freaking, huge world.
When you hit elderly, like, at that point, it's like, you don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, but then when you're elderly, you're kind of like, oh my God, my body was so hot. Why didn't I take my shirt off?
I don't know. With these Kardashian is doing, like, everybody's gonna look young forever.
I know Kris Jenner's facelift. Me and Sullen have been looking at it like every night on Instagram, the before and afters. Insane. And I already told him, babe, I will be doing this. I will be getting a facelift like that when we're older. So like, I know you heard why people age poorly. That is true, but us,
I think
we're gonna
she
fake
had
it.
it was like her, Brad Pitt, and like 2 other celebrities got it. And it's like, it's crazy how like they're so hush hush about it or something like that.
It's not hush hush. It's very clear. And most people in Hollywood get facelifts. I'm all for the facelifts. I'll say that.
But I never seen one like that though.
Like how good it was.
Yeah.
Apparently her surgeon was like revealed. So
He probably booked out for like 20 years.
Well, he's probably so expensive. But some other things in media. I have some things written down from when I was gone last week. So these aren't like the most this week relevant, but they're things that I think are relevant in the Hefty Gal world. There was a mid-size plus size cover model for Sports Illustrated. Our girl Lauren Chan, which love her, she was on the Knicks trip with us. She came and did some like modeling courses, posing courses. She's so kind, so down to earth, and she was the first out lesbian for the cover of Sports Illustrated. But you know what's crazy? Nowadays, the last, I don't know how many years, maybe 4 years, they pick multiple cover girls. It's not just one.
Are you talking about there's more than one on there at once?
No, like they print multiple issues, and there's like 4 or 5 different girls that like quote unquote are a cover girl for that year. Where they used to, only one gets picked.
No, I remember growing up, we had Sports Illustrated, and it was like, we didn't have like the bikini and stuff like that, but it was like every month had someone new on there.
Well, yes, that's typical. But for the swim issue, like they have all these models.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then they have one that gets picked to be the cover girl. But now they changed it and like 4 or 5 people get picked. I think it's because they're trying to hit all these different diversity marks. So like, okay, we have one lesbian who's also plus size. They had one like older woman. They had like 2 athletes, like 2 gymnasts or 2 Olympians this year. So I feel like instead of just like picking one person, they like are trying to be like too inclusive.
What do they do for like People magazine or for like Vogue, like the cover people? Is it someone new like every month?
Yeah.
Okay.
But sports, I think it's like the swim issue every year is like when they drop everybody who was like a rookie and the new people and the people that are returning. It's like the issue. But now instead of it just being one person, there's like multiple.
So there's 5 at one time. Like, so you're saying like, I thought they're doing like, they'll have one for like, say like
April, one
January,
for May.
February.
No,
and then
no. It's like the swims edition comes in 5 different magazines now. For the month of May,
they'll have 5 people.
They'll have 5. They'll print 5, the same magazine, but with 5 different covers.
Oh,
so when you go to the shelves,
it was like they switch it like 5 times.
No. It's all the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I'm really happy for Lauren Chan. She deserves it. She is such an activist in the plus size space, in the queer space. Like she actually came out her first year shooting with Sports Illustrated, and it was like, I mean, it just completely changed her life. She like just talking to her about the experience and all of it was like, it felt like a release of air. Like she was finally able to be herself, and her partner are so in love and so cute. Her, I'm trying to think of her girlfriend's name. I think it's Haley. The whole trip, we were on the next trip. She was like all up on Lauren, like taking all of the videos, and like it was really sweet to see a healthy couple in a healthy relationship supporting each other in like their dreams and their goals. And Lauren Chan, if you don't follow her on Instagram or TikTok, you should. Her looks for this like whole media tour for the Sports Illustrated stuff, insane. Her stylist killed it. Like look after look after look after look, just so good and so stunning. Also in exciting news, our friend Rayanne was just announced as one of the 6 finalists. So they also do like a swimsuit, a Sports Illustrated like swim model search, and like anybody can apply online. and Rayanne has, I think this is her third year applying, and she is one of the 6 finalists. So from my understanding of the post, her and the other 5 girls get to go to Miami Swim Week. They get a walk in the Sports Illustrated show, and then one of them is going to be picked to be in next year's issue. So we're really hoping that it's Rayanne.
Great.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
It'd be really great.
Yeah, it's just like, it's such a goal that she's always wanted and always talked about. And it's really something to like put yourself out there, to apply to something, and do it for the 3rd time when like the first 2 times you didn't get it, and to like come back again. That was the same way for Ella Halikas. She did the same thing. I think it was her 3rd year that she applied. She got it. So I just like hats off to them for doing that, like putting yourself out there. I think it's a hard thing to do as an adult because you're scared of failure. You're scared of like, oh, everybody's going to see me apply for this. And like, what if I don't get it? But then when you do, how cool is that? So I'm really excited for her. And it's such a career. I just feel like it's such a cool career moment for anybody who gets to do it. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Sports Illustrated. Do guys think that's cool? Like
Sports Illustrated?
Yeah, like if your girl was in Sports Illustrated.
I haven't been in that position, so I don't know.
He's like, hey, why don't you do it next year, and then I can report back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ashley Graham just finished her run on Broadway. She was in the Chicago musical for the last, I think, like 8 weeks, which I just like, I don't understand. Like, and also Nick Jonas, I think, is in a Broadway musical right now. I don't know if Broadway is doing this where they're like bringing these celebrities in to try and boost their show numbers, or if it's just these celebrities who like have always wanted to be on Broadway, just do it as like a PR move for themselves. I've heard very mixed reviews online from the musical theater community. People who are saying it's not fair that these people just like get to say, hey manager, I want to be on Broadway. Can you do that? And then all of a sudden they're at Broadway, when there's people who like have worked their whole lives to be there.
Well, people need to realize life isn't fair. You're not going to get everything you want. That's just how it is.
I just think it's an interesting conversation because I do think there's benefit in bringing these people into the show. Like I saw so many people going to see Ashley Graham that probably wouldn't have gone to see Chicago if she wasn't in it,
But it's just like, even those people who did work hard, it's like, do people know who you are? Or do they know your name? Or do you have, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than, okay,
Yes,
you're
yes,
good in the theater, but no one knows who you are. And someone who's decent or who can somewhat act, but they're like a big celebrity, of course they're going to get picked every single time.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
No, I think, well, on that subject, I think what you're saying is people who are really good at what they do in their niche are probably not well known in other niches.
Yeah, like
whereas,
no one knows.
Yeah. But you could also say that probably some people that Ashley Graham was in the show, some of them probably didn't know who she was, because she's like in the modeling space, in the like public figure space. So I don't know. I don't have like a full opinion on whether I think it's good or not. I just am like interested by the conversation of what are the benefits to it and also what are the cons, I think it's interesting. But I think it's cool that anytime somebody pushes themselves outside of their comfort zone to do something like that. Because I could not be on Broadway. I'll tell you that much. I was singing yesterday at our hotel, and Stellan was like, shh. He's like, shh. What was it? Oh, it was while you were watching the basketball game.
Yeah, like crunch time. It was.
Okay, to wrap up this episode, we are going to give you guys some advice. I have 2 things. One piece of advice that I'm taking that I think I'm going to share here, and maybe some of you guys will want it. And then the second piece of advice that we're going to give is how to start running, because a lot of you guys have asked, since you've seen the friend group running, you want to know like, hey, I want to get into this also. Where do I start? But first, the piece of advice that I want to give you guys that I feel like I want to start following / already do is habit stacking. I was listening to a podcast on the way to New York, and the girl was talking about habit stacking. So it could be something as simple as you are walking on your walking pad while you're answering emails. Okay, so now you're doing something productive for work. It's pretty much like glorified multitasking is what I kind of think of it as. One way that I do this is I always listen to a like knowledgeable, some kind of like not like a just like pop culture podcast, but I try to listen to things that have more meaning to them while I take a shower. And to me, that's like, okay, I'm getting clean. I'm doing something that I have to do anyways, but I'm using that time to like grow my brain and learn something new. So habit stacking, I feel like makes you feel like you're on top of the world, makes you feel like you're so productive. Do you habit stack, Sultan?
Second,
Yeah, like where you do kind of like two things at once that are both benefiting you.
what do you mean?
Like I just said that I listen to a podcast in the shower. Some people it's like them walking on a walking pad while they answer emails.
Uh,
I feel like you don't really actually.
just get it done.
I feel like you're like the same as you are with your food. You just do one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Maybe habit stacking is for the girls.
I don't take breaks or anything. I like to just get everything done I have to do and then take a break.
Yeah. See, where for me, I will take breaks and then I'll habit stack. Like I would rather do that because it feels like I'm being more productive,
Mm-hmm.
which is maybe not the truth, but I guess it's just how you choose to get things done. Okay, last thing. So we can wrap this episode up because we've been talking for so long. Sultan, what would your advice be to somebody who wants to get into running? Where should they start?
Uh, First, I'll start off with getting a nice group of people around you that want to run too, because I feel like you guys will motivate each other, and then the days, yeah, motivate each other. Like on the days like you don't want to run, but they want to run, but like you still show up and you get that energy from them once you guys start running.
Yeah,
'Cause I
because
feel like running by yourself is so hard, but like when you're running with people, it's so much easier.
yeah, but then it also can be sometimes nice to put like your headphones in and just like go.
Well, you ain't got to talk to them when you run. It's just like
Them
having
being
someone
there.
else. Yeah, having someone else there.
Yeah, for sure. One thing that I feel like I've learned at the half marathon as I was like thinking through the fact that all those people were doing this hobby was there's no entry fee. Running is as long as your body is able to do it, you just go outside and do it. You don't need a treadmill, you don't need fancy equipment. You all you need is a pair of tennis shoes and you don't even need music. Like you can just go outside and run. So I think that's why it's such a worldwide like something that like really joins people together because it's like it's not a cultural thing. Like running is so universally known. So I feel like if maybe right now you don't want to have the budget going towards Pilates, you don't want to spend the money on your gym membership. Running is free. So put on your pair of tennis shoes. Yes, is it nice to get a new pair of like tennis shoes or a new pair of leggings? The gear, yeah, that's so fun. Like I'm definitely one of those people. I want to wear all the gear, but it's not necessary. So to start running, all you need is a pair of tennis shoes. For me, I need my headphones and my phone, but all you have to do is find a place where you feel safe and start a timer. I would say for your first run, go out, try to run for 1 minute, walk for 1 minute, run for 1 minute.
Intervals.
What?
Intervals.
Yeah, do intervals, right? And then you work up. So like our intervals that we did before we started just like running fully was 3 minute run, 1 minute walk. But work up to that. You can find there's so many apps online. I really like the Peloton app. They have like guided runs and the instructor literally like talks you through all of it, which is so nice. You can also track your runs on Strava, Strava. But really, it's like I feel like it's a dumb answer, but like just get out there and do it. Just do your first run. Try and like maybe do 3 runs in your first week to try to get your body used to doing what you're doing, and just go from there. You'll feel it out, and eventually it won't get easier, but you'll be able to run for longer, right? So I guess kind of get easier
Yeah.
and your body will just your body and your brain like it's crazy. The day that I went out and ran my 9 miles, I started going and I'm like my body was just like, okay, we're doing this. Like today's the day that we run our long runs, and you settle in and you'll surprise yourself. Like your body just knows what's up and it just falls into place. So if you're interested in running, it's not just for the skinny girls. Get out there, put on some good music, put on a podcast,
Yeah.
and just go for it. Okay. Next week, Gabby will be back on the pod. We'll be back to the sisters on the couch. Thanks for sticking around these last 2 weeks while we've been
Yeah.
traveling and out of office. Sultan, I've loved having you here, my fiance.
Yeah. You guys know I'm here.
I love fighting
Here-
with you on the couch.
Here in spirit behind the camera when I'm not on the camera.
Yeah, it really was like a Sultan reveal today. Sultan reveal.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to know. Take your glasses off. Show them what you really look
That's
like.
all right.
But just a reminder, we drop an episode every Wednesday on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Hefty Girls. And we will see you girls next week.
You have arrived
Bye.
at the
Cue the music.